took apart the machine and we just want to clean up here. So we have a cleaning brush that comes with your machine. If you have bought a business that has an existing machine, or you bought an existing machine, we have all these parts here at Sentry, all the brushes and the cleaning parts as well. So all I did was drop some sanitizer in this bucket and put our brush in there. We just take it to the cylinder in the back. And the same for the other side. After that's said and done, what you would simply do is wipe all this, the top of your machine here. You want to give attention to right underneath here, because when you're making your cones, you have a lot of splash. So you want to wash and take any of the old mix off there so no bacteria grows on your machine. So now we're ready to put together the top part of our machine. We're going to start with our beater shafts. It's important to know that we wash these at the sink, just hand washed, hot water, soap. You never want to put these parts in a dishwasher. Their Electro Freeze machines parts are coated, special coating to help them last longer. Usually in a dishwasher, they could ding and mess up that coating, and also have some, bad effects on your parts, whether it's breaking them or just damaging them. And also taking off that coating. So we're going to start with the beater shaft. Take our Petrogel. Petrogel is a lubrication we use. We sell this here at Sentry. It's food safe. You could put as much as you want on this. If it for some reason got into your mix, you can't taste it. It's not harmful to anybody. So what I like to do is I'll take the Petrogel itself and put it directly on the part. You never want to take your finger and touch the top of this, because then any germs that were on your finger are now forever on this tube. So put it on the top of the beater shaft just like that. Put it around whatever's left on your finger. We'll take one of our shaft seals just like this. And the way to check the shaft seal is the suction part, you just feel it, that needs to be firm, because that needs to suction to the back of your machine so no mix gets in your machine and nothing from the machine gets in your mix. So that's how it's going to sit, just like that. And we'll turn it around, make sure all the Petrogel's around there. The next step would be putting our blades on. So to check our blades, you want it to have that smooth, straight side. And it should be just straight like this. When the blades wear, you'll notice it in your mix. But also when you check it, it'll have that groove to that comes like down instead of straight, just like this. So with the blade flat in your hand just like that, put that on the front, on the bottom here, and then matching up the holes, the oval and the circle on your blades. If the front one has the oval in the back, you want to do the same with the blade that's in the back. And that's the way that should look. So to put this in the machine, take the front blade to the bottom, let that rest there, push all the way back till it hits the back, and spin until it locks in. And you can actually push and feel the suction of your shaft seal. Next step will be the bushings. For the GES models, the bushings sit right on the beaters, so just like that. And then the next one, sometimes you got to get your finger down at the bottom here and push up a little bit, and that'll make it straight. Next part we're going to do is the head. The head itself has two head O-rings that suction into your cylinders. Any O-ring will get Petrogel, so since it's a big O-ring, we'll do 2 spots of Petrogel. And then just smooth that all the way around. Alright, so after we lubricate the head O-rings, we're going to do the plunger O-rings. There's 3 different plungers. 2 are the same style, where you have 2 O-rings. These are the ones that go on the end. And then you have one that's a little different, which 4 O-rings. That's your center plunger. It's important that this one goes and stays in the center. If you put it on one of the sides, it'll actually mix your mix in the machine, and you'll have to do the cleaning process again. So we want to make sure this one is in the center. So we'll take the Petrogel and put it on each O-ring. And then smooth that in as well. And put it in the head, and we're going to leave a little bit of it out so we could close our handle. And then do the other plungers. That in. And the other one. Now we're ready to put the head back on the machine. So we have our head ready to put it back on. We're going to match up the 4 holes with the screws for the head. Okay, keep your hand on the head, and then we're going to, same way we put the knob, same way we took the knobs off, we're going to put them back on and tighten them evenly, like we loosen them evenly. So we'll start, since we're doing this by ourselves, we'll start diagonally. And then the others. Once all 4 knobs are started, then we can just start screwing them in. But again, you want to stay evenly so the head doesn't twist and turn or crack on us. After, we just want to make sure everything's opening and closing. Now we're ready for the next step. So now we're ready to sanitize the machine. We took the machine apart, we lubed it, reassembled it. So what I have here is cold water with some sanitizer, and we're going to sanitize the machine. Even though we cleaned it, we needed sanitizer so we make it food safe. Everything we touched, going to get rid of any bacteria, anything we missed. So what we're going to do is we'll come up to our board. Right now the machine is completely off, so we need to get into our clean menu. So that is the spigots on both sides, and we want to turn our pumps on so we could pull up the water, or I'm sorry, pull up the sanitizer and get it into the cylinder. So let's do that now. While we're pulling up the sanitizer, we're going to keep this open, check for any leaks, which we're good. Starts coming out of the top, so we're going to shut our one side. Comes out of this side, shut this side. We want to wait for a little bit to come out of the middle so the sanitizer touches the middle. And shut that. So air reliefs are still open. We're going to wait for them to come out of the air relief holes. That's indicating that the cylinder is filling up. And then when that happens, we'll shut those. This one, so we'll shut this. And I like to wait for my pumps to shut completely off before we run the beater to clean. Alright, so after the sanitizer is full and the pump's shut off, we're going to take these out. Move our bucket. We're going to come up to our menu, and now we're going to turn our beaters on because we want the sanitizer to touch everything that we touched, and also get anything we missed. So we'll put both sides on. And you want to run this for 1 to 5 minutes. No less than 1, no more than 5. 1 minute so the sanitizer has a chance to touch everything. No more than 5 because you don't want to put unnecessary wear and tear on the blades. So it's been a couple minutes. We're going to shut our beaters off. Now we want to get rid of the sanitizer. Before we do that, I'm going to put our center push rod back in. So we're not going to be needing that for the for the rest of the cleaning process. The reason being is when we get our liquid mix in here, you don't want to pull your middle handle or it will mix the two flavors you have, and you don't want that to happen. So as always, we want to relieve the pressure on both sides first and then pull out as much sanitizer as we can. As the water slows down, we could turn our pumps off. And there's still a little sanitizer left in, but the next part of our cleaning will be purging, which shows you how the mix can push out the rest of the sanitizer.